So thank you so much. First of all, I would like to thanks to Mr. Sarika Agarwal and Ms. Sarika Agarwal and Mr. Ramesh Agarwal to give us the honor to join for the Food Safety Works conclave. This is a great opportunity for us, Lindström, to give you a presentation about and introduce our company to you, and also to share our insights about quality culture in food industry companies. So very nicely I have been already introduced to you. Very shortly, as it was said, so I joined Lindström 2.5 years ago, and beforehand I spent more than 15 years in FMCG companies across the globe. So I worked for Danone, Life Nutrition, and Coca-Cola company for many years in the area of quality and regulatory affairs. And today here I would like to talk about quality culture. Let me introduce a little bit my company, where I'm coming from. So Lindström is a 175 years old Finnish family-owned company. And this company is providing textile services for many industries, including food industry as well. Our purpose is that we care for our people and our planet by inspiring people to grow and shine the businesses in a very sustainable way. As I said, we are represented in 24 countries, and we are expanding ourselves mainly in the countries of Asia, such as Vietnam and Thailand as well. We are providing services across the globe to 182,000 customers, and out of that, in case of food industry, we are servicing to more than 7,000 customers across the globe. As I said, we are providing a circular business model to our customers. What does it mean? We are creating and making workwear uniforms for our customers. This is designed and specialized for the customer's needs. So whenever you have any specific needs, we are providing that support for you to design tailor-made specific garments for your specific operation. After we created the garment for you, we are taking care of hygienic cleaning and delivery services. Afterwards, we are also monitoring strictly every single product when it returns to our laundry, and we are taking care of a very strict quality, not just from outlook and design point of view, but also from microbiological point of view. A very strict quality control is in place. Every single product is checked upon arrival and upon release as well. Lastly, when the garment is going to end after 3 years roughly of its life cycle, we are also taking care of recycling. So every country we have a recycling partner which is actually supporting us, that we are not throwing out these garments to the landfills, but we are taking care of that. We are making something good out of these used garments. And today, let's talk about quality culture in food industry. As we all know, the requirements, the GFSI requirements, are evolving year on year. ISO 22000, FSSC 22000, IFS, BRCGS, they are all implemented the requirements for organizations in food industry to create quality culture. It is not just a simple word. They expect documentation, plans, maintenance, and improvement across the organization. And let's hold on a second for quality culture, the word quality culture, because there is a reason I'm using this word instead of food safety culture. And why is it so? Food safety as an expression sometimes seems very scientific. Many people whom I'm talking to, a logistic manager in our organization, or even procurement, will say, I'm sorry, food safety is the task of quality. It's not my responsibility. Although this is not true, because at the end of the day, we would like to produce high quality food, isn't it? And each of every department has a role in it. We need to have proper logistics. All the processes has to be taken into consideration when we are delivering the products. The labels should be good. All the nutrients have to be declared properly on the label. All the specific allergen notifications should be on the label properly. So each of every department has a different role to create good quality food. That's why the wording quality culture might be a little bit simpler, easier to connect to for each of every department. Secondly, culture. That's also something which I recently have had a very interesting discussion with one of my Indian colleagues here, because he raised the concern like, Csilla, are you sure that we should call it culture? Because in India here, culture is something very deep. And you are very right. Here in India, you are really a very special nation. You have thousands of years of heritage of different cultures. And these cultures are connected to each other, although very different from each other. And because of that, people who are from different states might have completely different cultural background, they might speak completely different languages. But quality culture is very similar to that, because it should be exactly the same how these people are living their own culture. They are waking up in the morning, they pray to God, to their own God, they are eating their own food. This is what we need to achieve also with quality culture. The quality culture should go deeply in their hearts. They need to understand quality culture should be interpreted, I'm doing the right way, I'm working in the right way, I'm following the processes as it said so. So I'm still saying we should use the word quality culture, which is simple, but still can be connected deeply to the heart of people. So when an organization decides to implement quality culture, they should take into consideration the current Indian cultural, societal, educational, and all the economical aspects as well. Because we should reach everybody in the organization, and we might need to find different paths to each of everybody. So what the processes are saying, because we all know what should be done: leadership commitment, employee involvement, continuous improvement, recognition and rewards, and the last but not least, training and development. This is the theory. We all know this. But what is exactly and what is it exactly and how we should do it on a way that it is going to succeed? So in case of leadership and involvement and commitment, that's the most important one. Of course, the processes are very clearly describing you should have a proper commitment, it has to be signed, all has to get on board, we have to put it on the wall, it has to have a stamp, etc. That's the basic. Everybody can do it, it's easy. But the real leadership commitment means that each of every head of department knows exactly how to contribute to the right quality, how to make good product, what is their processes, what they need to follow. And here I would like to again emphasize that the path might be a little bit different for a logistics department, for a marketing department, for a facility management department, but the core values should be shared. Everybody has to have a commitment there. Sorry, again. Employee involvement. Crucial to involve everybody. From the cleaning lady to all the directors, everybody should get on board. We need, as I said, we need to get to the heart of the people. We need to find one common and simple point where we can connect everybody to each other. It can be related to the consumer group. It can be related to a tradition. For instance, in one of my former companies, what we have done, we produce baby food. So almost everybody has children, or everybody has a relative who have children, isn't it? So what we have done, we said, we are producing safe food for them. Everybody wants to commit to that because we want to do the right thing at the end of the day. So this is significantly important that you need to find a way to everybody. Continuous improvement. I would say developing quality culture is not a rush. You will not achieve it in a month. Even you will not achieve it within a year. It takes time. It takes a lot of commitment and it takes time, but it will pay you back significantly. So when I'm saying continuous improvement, I say first start with a leadership commitment, then go further to the departments, then go further later to the team members, step by step, develop it, and continuously talk about it. It's very important that you have continuous communication, events, recognitions. It has to be, quality culture has to be the talking point in the organization, and that's how people slowly, they will get to the point to live it on a daily basis. Recognition and rewards. We will have an honorable professor here later on in the panel discussion who is the professor of behavior science. And the reason why I emphasize recognition and rewards, because at the end of the day we are all human beings. We want to be motivated. We love if somebody is recognized, if we are recognized, if somebody is saying like, you have done a great job, it's great, you committed, you have done something for quality. So this is what we have to keep in our head, that positivity around quality culture is crucial. I also would like to emphasize the reward part. It's not about no matter what kind of reward program you develop, each of every department has to have the same reward. It's not like quality is doing more, so they might get more recognition. No, everybody has to be on the same platform here, because in that way, everybody gets the equal engagement. And last but not least, training and development. I strongly recommend that when you train people, it's not only quality's job. If you really want to get engagement from each of every department, make sure that, for instance, the head of the marketing team is going to be the trainer for the marketing organization. They can really show to their people how to tackle the topic of good quality job from their point of view. Because sometimes we, as a quality or regulatory affairs manager, we go there, we talk about, yes, this is the science, these are the processes, these are the KPIs, and this is how we are going to validate you in the internal audit. We have to shift the talking point here. We have to get them on board, and the only way is that it is going via them. So training is via the counterparts. And what are the benefits of creating an active quality culture? First of all, once everybody knows what they need to do and they are compliant with the processes, your compliance and the efficiency of your processes will significantly improve. Secondly, you will also have less batch rejections. Where I used to work in one of my former companies, when the first momentum when they decided that we need a strong quality culture in the organization, and that time we had significant amount of batch rejections, but not just batch rejections, the problem was public recalls. And that was the momentum when the company said, like, okay, we should stop this, we should change the game here. First year after we implemented the quality culture, we still had 2 to 3 batch rejections, but no more public recalls. Third year, nothing happened. So it takes time. I'm not saying something is going to happen from one day to another, but it will definitely pay you back. Third, employee loyalty. Don't forget about the fact that if people feel motivated, if people are feeling recognized, if they do the right thing, they will feel good in their work environment. It will mean for you as a company that your employee fluctuation will be reduced, and you will also be able to reduce your HR costs as well. So at the end it will help you. And lastly, if people are doing the right things and they don't have to constantly firefight about batch rejections, new validations, corrective actions, preventive actions, whatever actions, then finally they will have peace of mind and they will have more time to innovate your products. Your entire company reputation, brand reputation will be increasing, and thanks to that, your business is going to be developed as well as your competitiveness. But let's not forget about that, even though you might do whatever it is possible, there might be potential failures as well. So let's go through on them as well. First is lack of timely and easily available information due to non-serious efforts undertaken. You might have great commitments, great documents, but if it is somewhere in the company website, hidden under quality and then food safety initiatives, whatever, if people don't know where to find the information, or there is no talking point about it, they will just fade away. The whole program will fade away. They will not care about it anymore. Lack of collaborative learning due to questionable quality of teaching and at various places. you should bear in mind that there are bigger organizations with multiple subsidiaries. So when you implement the quality culture, you have to ensure that it is equally, in the same way, implemented across the entire organization. So all subsidiaries have to have exactly the same plan, the same program, the same KPIs. And lastly, don't forget about the teacher. The teacher has a crucial role. We all know it. Because if the teacher is not committed enough, the students will not get the same quality. Lack of parameterized monitoring and tracking of growth, or lack of objectivity. That's why I said KPIs are important. Make sure that it is part of the top management KPI as well, that they have a quality culture. It's not just the quality manager or the cleaning lady who have to make sure that, okay, 5 times I clean the floor. No, everybody should have a clear KPI and it has to be monitored continuously. Then, lack of skill development processes and encouragement. As I said, quality culture should be a continuous talking point. It's not just once a year event. You may start with once a year event, but sooner or later you have to get to the momentum that weekly or almost even daily the people are talking about it. In one of my former organizations, for instance, they created a very simple but easy program. They have had quality cards on the table of every single meeting room. And the quality cards was about a quote. And every single meeting started with that. They took a card and read about like how somebody or something is contributing to quality and food safety. So it was immediately in the mindset of everybody, even when they started the project meeting. Lastly, lack of contingents of motivated teachers to handle a huge job of transfer of quality cultural knowledge. We all know that here in India, you have the specialty of significant amount of contractual workforce. This work is a huge responsibility for the quality organization because they need to keep training these people. It's a lot of job. It's a continuous job for them. So it might be that sooner or later they might get demotivated. That's why I said quality culture should be spread across the organization, and it should be done, the teaching and the involvement should be done by multiple department heads. So in this way, quality function might have a little bit of easy in that sense, and the quality of teaching will remain as high as it should be. And lastly, once your organization quality culture is working very well, don't forget about to involve your suppliers and key partners. Make an involvement and analyze that which are the key suppliers, either from food safety or business continuity point of view, whom you want to get involved, how and what kind of high quality products you want to have in place. You may use the very same quality commitment with your suppliers. You should set clear targets and KPIs. Once your program is set,